Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be continuing our solo play adventures here as we work our way through the revenge content. And last time we made our way through a lot of the revenge quests, so we are going to be heading in and seeing what other shenanigans we can get into. So basically, the next quest in our chain of adventures is actually to go talk to Elder Lemurians, I believe. I think that's how we solved it last time. So I guess we're gonna go to the Oaks. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go to the Oaks. I was gonna go deeper, but we'll have a chance to do that for the next one. So we're gonna go to where the Oaks live. That's probably the easiest way to get to where we want to go anyway. We don't need to fight the Oaks, but we're gonna go a different way. Now from where they live, there's two ways to get to where we need to get to. Now something interesting happened recently. The game actually got a new update. So we are officially on build that just came out a few days ago that had a couple of bug fixes for a couple of bugs that were affecting the game. I never experienced them, but there was something to do with the charm bracelets having problems. And something to do with a utility thing that I never utilized or even knew about, so. Well, it is cool that the game is being updated even this late into the series adventures. We still get to see new things happening. So this is the location. I'm gonna actually mark it on the map. Not because we can't find it, but because it will make it a little easier to note when we're flying above like this. So yeah, we can't actually hurt those monsters. We didn't ever find their weakness. So we are gonna try to take the longer route there, just for the journey, It might kill us, it might not kill us. It's the way we got there with our original group, so it feels fitting to try to do that ourselves. We have since learned a couple of other ways to get there that we could take, but this one's probably fine. Hey, we got a bounty. Neato. Oh yeah, we don't need to fight all the snakes if we don't have to. Our goal is to go through the water. So they're not weak to that. They're not especially weak to that either. They are weak to paralysis. Okay. Paralysis does work a little better. There's also not that many of them left anyway. Cool. Now we can fight some bottom feeders. They're not too dangerous. They'll be good experience. Just had to make sure we weren't using a different weapon than we should have been. We're good. I don't remember there being actually too much dangerous on this journey off the top of my head. Like, if anything, the most dangerous things we fought would have been in the woods. So we have a decent chance of also pinning along this journey. And we don't need these guys to be fighting us. I guess we'll fight a group. We didn't get away from all the snakes. Alright. We certainly don't have to go out of our way to fight extra ones. They will definitely show up in front of us. Anyway. We're not gonna overcommit though, we're gonna keep an eye on it. Come. Yeah, these guys aren't really all that threatening, so I'm not too worried about them. Don't really see the point in fighting all of those, so we're fine at doing this. Bottom feeders, huh? Huh. I don't mind fighting the bottom feeders. I'd say we're maybe a third of the way there. Oh, there's a square we didn't actually properly map out. I see it. With our other characters. Now, there is, of course, one major difference to our first journey here. We do have the ability to fly, that's gotten from the later quests, so we could certainly finish this a lot easier. But we also know the other way to get to where we're getting to, so I don't think it really matters too much. We had one square we could uncover that way, that we did not before. If anything, the more interesting part is we gotta make it out from... Well, technically we can die after we talk to them, so it doesn't matter too much, but the teleport out of this is going to lead us into the Dragon Palace. So we'll have to fight our way out. So maybe we shouldn't pin here, because we'll probably pin on that part of the journey. Yeah, there's something down there that's not good. Oh, Gila monsters, alright. These aren't so bad. More Gila monsters. Felts. These aren't too rough either. But yeah, we're probably gonna pin before we can escape, so we'll do what we can. Now that I consider it. These guys aren't too bad. I mean, if something manages to paralyze us, we have a decent chance of getting killed. Other than that, we're probably gonna make it okay. Do we know this one? What offerings have you brought me today? No pretty baubles. They ran. It's a dingo. They're dingoes. Now we're almost all the way towards the Great Ocean area. The Great Sea, I think is what they called it. Now we could fight our way through there. As you can see, a lot of these enemies aren't even attacking us, so I don't consider it really that much of a threat, because we'll look at what's going on. Just a bunch of fish. We could probably actually blast all of these guys. We've already been doing it, but we'll just be pinned. Like, most of these guys aren't even attacking us, so I'm not going to consider it a credible threat. We have fought all of these monsters before, and these ones are not too bad. Like, if anything, these guys might attack us. But we've already killed several groups of them without too much trouble, so I'm not going to consider that credible. But our goal is like these elders that were up here. That's who we're aiming for. So we would talk to them, and even though they ran, like, they actually gave us the quest result. These guys right here. These seers or whoever they were.
Cool. Cool.
And there were some other groups, like I think there were some that were in front of the ruins that we talked to. Like, we got the elders. Yeah, I think we had to talk to the elders. I think that was the one, because they talk about the Ismarians, so we had to talk to these guys. But yeah, we had no trouble doing it. I think there's no chance that we can count this as a dangerous one. And to get back safely, you'd have to actually put on this, normally. And that would lead you to right here. And then we can walk our fancy pants butts up here. And then we just have to fight our way out. So we'll do it. It's no more difficult than when we got teleported to the middle of the palace. In fact, this is less far into the palace than that quest sent us, so this is actually a little less dangerous. Now the next quest is going to be a little interesting because what it wants us to do is to get the rings from the Emperor and the Empress. And we're going to go do that. And by that, I mean we're going to go try to kill both of them. That could be spicy. We've not actually tried to do that with a solo character. That'll be a considerably more difficult journey than we've just had, I believe. At the very least. Well, they're not trying to fight us. I'll take that as an acceptable thing, because there's quite a few of them. I don't really want to do it on this side. Some of these groups we may decide to fight. Just for some gold, to be honest. Like, every single one of these fights is like 100,000 gold. They're absolutely worth doing if you're not going to have trouble, but... It is also possible for them to get quite lucky and kill us, so this is not without its risks. Don't get that too twisted, but I give us good odds. And these guys do quite a bit of magic damage. They're casting Paralyze on us, of course. If you're wondering which thing they cast. It is a pretty nasty spell. They also would have attacked us if we tried to move, even when they were technically friendly, so you do have to clear them if they're in your way. I also believe that they're immune to magic, so kind of a waste of a turn to try to blast them, but we can experiment in the future. So it comes to my thinking that we might actually be done with this quest series significantly faster than our original playthrough, just because of what we know. So I've been considering what I could do going forward. Like, obviously the characters will still be here, and I could absolutely keep playing through and just grinding and grinding, and if people want to see that, feel free to let me know. But I just as easily just play it off stream, because I do eventually want to have a maxed out character just to kind of see how it's going. This could be bad. That works. They overcommitted. I thought we were gonna be trapped in there, but yeah, no. I might I might set up a multiplayer server that I only play on by myself with one character, and the idea behind that is it would be a true single player character experience that has a completely fresh quest line and nothing helping them. It'd be like the true solo character adventure. Because I've never run any of multiplayer on this install. So I don't have anything. No spells, no items. It would just be a completely fresh adventure with a single character. Because you can't run more than one in multiplayer anyway. So, just, if people want to see that, I hope they will, because I'm definitely considering doing that as an additional level of challenge, because clearly this challenge was not as intense as I thought it would be. And it could still be that it's not the worst just due to knowledge, but it still should be more than this. Because I had items, I had spells. Yeah, it's not the way we're leaving then. As much as it's a little annoying and we might end up... and you don't always fight us. Fine. But yeah, no, it would definitely be a next level up, and then I just kind of think, like, because this is not a game I ever think I'll stop playing in an extended sense, even if I take breaks from. So that's just where I am with going forward. I think I am going to set that up. But I could see myself wrapping up this questline adventure within 10 episodes, is my guess. It's probably going to be significantly less. Because I definitely think the next one is reasonably achievable without any more growth. The two after that are a little spicier. But I don't think we are too far off from being able to do them, even if we die a couple times along the way. The game would acknowledge it as completed. Because the next one just requires that I go to Maruk's room and get an item. And we both know where the room is. We know where the two emperors are. And there's nothing other than the emperors that's any more difficult than what we've already done. So that would put us only a couple from the end. Cool. And that has us back with the quest complete. Alrighty. At least the nice thing is every time we do that, we get a little bit more HP. Let's see what's going on here. We got a little bit of gold. Is that all? Just 12,000 gold. That's something, I guess. Okie dokie. Alright, but yeah, we're gonna get all settled with this. We're gonna go on into the Dragon Palace and try to complete the next one then. And we will take the Journeyman Express. It's just an effective way to get down there. We could also take the Boris Express, but it's reasonably likely we're gonna pin anyways, so making the journey longer than we need to is probably not necessary. And we're gonna fight dragons along the anyway, so I think we're gonna have plenty of gold, so I don't think we need to worry about it too much. And the nice thing is we both cleared a way out from the last one, and we've also cleared part of the way towards where we want to go. That would be a little annoying, actually. We can't kill the one up front, and I don't really want to deal with that. I'm just seeing if they have immunities to what we have going on. It looks like Paralyzed gets them okay. So if we got stuck with these ones, we could potentially blast our way through. I'm just testing for the future, because... Oh, well, that's a little unfortunate, but we can afford it. Yeah, we can't actually speak their language yet. Eventually I will level up a Warlock and get that sorted. At least well enough to know which things these dragons say. Because there are a lot of like hints that I would like to see. There's a couple of ways we could go. I guess we don't need to fight literally every group. We are likely to pin no matter what we do. If we need to pin, we can do it on the way out. We might as well clear out these dudes, because they're gonna attack us anyway.
Cool.
Now we'll fight anything that attacks us, huh? Maybe shouldn't have started that battle, but I think we're okay. I actually thought we were fighting the group next to it. Whoopsie doodle. We are most of the way. Oh, these guys we have to fight. Okay. They are rough. These guys have the potential to kill us on a lucky first couple rounds. They do a lot of melee damage if they get lucky. If they get a little smaller of a group, I might try seeing if they're weak to any blasting. Because we're gonna want to see if we can do that. We can damage them that way. How about you? Not really. Absolutely not that either. Okay. Oh, did we clear them? We did clear them. Might as well get our money. Ah, you son of a... Well, this is gonna suck. This could kill us. Do we think they have weaknesses? Problem is, if we try to run past them, they are likely to attack us, so we are gonna have to fight our way past them just to make sure, so that we don't get got on the way through. So it's a little unfortunate that they're gonna kill us a few times, probably, but we're gonna get by them at least once. I tried blasting them, and that didn't work out with the element I picked. Thing is, I don't think it even matters which spell they were using. There's like 20 of them, and that group is ridiculous. And we've already learned that they are like as likely to attack us as any other spellcasters, so I could try meleeing them, but they are absolutely going to be a problem. It also doesn't really help that we're not at max HP either, so we have a little less leeway to go with, but we are learning. And there wasn't really a different way to go. Like I said, our only other option is to try to run past them. But I think that's, as I said, not a winning strategy. I mean, there is at least another option, which is that we just fight them. And take our lumps. So we will kill them, it's just going to take us a few rounds. Because if we try to run past them, they'll just ambush us and kill us in the same way. Like, when I went to do the oaks, that happened to us like a couple times, I think. I remember. And if they start the encounter, they get a free round, which means we don't even get a round. At least if we initiate it, we get a round to attack them.
Cool. Bye-bye.
I mean, there is another thing I could do, which would be to get companions, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that on short notice. And they certainly wouldn't be to kill them, it would be to, like, divide their casting. I still think it's pretty likely we would just get died, because I think we're actually getting overkilled by, like, a factor of 3 to 1 right now. I suppose we could try getting past them once. But I still give a very high possibility that they just blast us as we run by them. But maybe if we're fast enough. This is a terrible combination. Okay, well, we made it that far. Oh, we got the first ring. Technically, we've had one for a while, but I count it as official that we would have been able to get it there. Okay. I do consider killing these guys safer than standing on the square with all the those spellcasters. Now, I think that's actually a second group of them, not just the first one still.
Cool.
No, it got stuck in the room. This is bad. But we got out. It didn't respond, basically. But they didn't get us the first time, and then we're probably okay. I mean, something I could test is... Yeah, we can't do that. I was wondering if we could Morkel Drainer, but it doesn't work on Morbids, now I remember. It might work on the Dragon Warriors, though. We could test it. But the real downside is we go first, so... If they could kill us in one round, that would be really bad. But we already know they can't. Also, we're gonna have to run the heck across this room and hope for the best. Alright. Another group of these guys. A little spicier than the previous group. Guess we could put it into practice. This is technically less dangerous than the previous group. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. We don't get enough back from that to be worth wasting our combat round doing it. Also, that was a... Yeah, we actually got stuck there, but we're gonna go back and finish it. But yeah, if you're willing to accept a few deaths, this seems very doable. It's definitely not safe to level up alone, at least with the parts that we're at. I mean, the biggest danger I'm facing is that the game stops responding and traps me in the room, but other than that, I think we're doing okay. And I don't know if that's a my PC thing or not, or just the game being whack, but I don't have an other PCs to mess around with, so I don't know. There's also a chance that multiplayer works differently. Like, it used to function differently than single player and how it loaded rooms, so maybe it'd be better, maybe it'd be worse. I'll find out when I do my my checks and that. It'd be pretty obvious when we try it, at least, that if it's different or not. The deaths are making it less likely that we're gonna pin because we'll just level up every time we get sent back. So, there is that. And all that deaths cost us is a little bit of gold. Thing is that each one of these battles is more than enough for a level up in gold, so I think we are okay. So even if we lose like 60 or 70% of the gold due to that, I think we're still making a positive as long as we get out now and then. Yeah, we mostly killed that group too, we just got stuck in it. Technically this is out healing them blasting us, so this is bad for them. But I don't think it outdoes like the stronger dragon groups doing it, so. And it definitely doesn't work on the morbid ones anyway. Okay. The goal of the game is be really fast. Don't give them time to attack us. Honestly, I think the Dragoneers are more dangerous than the actual, like, Empresses. From what I've experienced. But that would give us both of their rings. I consider that a victory on that front, and that would enable us to open the door down here. These guys don't fight us. I'm not going to deal with that. But this way will lead us down to Maruk's quarters. And that is our current goal. And it stopped responding again. So this is probably going to kill us. Well, let us leave the room and then killed us. Thank you, game. So other than that, we're doing fine. Alright. We'll keep pushing through. But this is about as hard as the content gets, so what can be expected? There's only one couple of groups that I would consider harder than what we're currently doing. I mean, there's a few that had potential to instantly kill us. Those are the ones I'm thinking of, like those like really deadly demons. Shadow hobs, we're gonna have to make it through some groups of those. Maybe some darkest giants. It's just gonna be a bunch of deaths is what it's gonna be. Or we just have to get lucky and find a path that doesn't go through them.
Cool.
We'll certainly try. And then we will eventually succeed. But our goal right now is Maruk's quarters. Now we do have another spicy quest coming up that I consider much more difficult than the final one. We have to go kill the Leviathan, right? Now I'm not sure how easy that is on a single character, but what I do know is that we have twice the breadth of our previous group with a human on board. Because we had both an elf and a dwarf, and they both have the worst breath in the game. So we at least have twice as much leeway. But how difficult it ends up being depends a little bit on how blastable stuff is. After we get past the anti-magic area, of course. Yeah, even just those couple of groups of dragons have already paid for. Alright, we blasted our way through. Now we could fight some shadow hobs here, or like lost hobs. They can spawn here. We did have to deal with that last time, so we could end up taking a few more deaths along the way. We don't have to make it more than a couple rooms. So it's entirely possible we don't have to deal with any of it. But we'll see what's going on. Lost hobs won't actually attack us on their own. Overseer is also not attacking us. Well, this group's not being too spicy for us. Take that as a win. We're now only a couple of rooms away. These guys won't actually attack us, but we can just fight them anyway. They're good gold, good money. And they're not too bad for us. So this is Maruk's quarters.
Cool.
Yep, this is the Maruk's map. If you get this and bring it back, you have won this quest. So we don't actually have to survive to bring it back, we just have to get it back. One way or another. So technically we've essentially already won. But now that we've done that, we can get out here and pin and return. So we'll take that as essentially a success. This place did start respawning on us, but everything from here on is at least just dragons and other nonsense. And the druids only spawn below, so I think we're okay. Relatively okay. We could still get trapped in a room with a bunch of dragons. They're just rough regardless. And with what we have, we don't have an essential way to deal with large groups of them quickly. We can fight some dragons, they're good. The most they can do is kill us.
Cool.
Another thing is that we haven't actually reached the really end game weapons. There's some pretty cool stuff that we haven't gotten to yet. There's also a few bits and bobs that we haven't gotten for like armor. Like there's an armor set for ninja coming up at like 580 something. Which I don't know if we're gonna actually need before or reach before we finish out the quest line, but you never know, it could take longer for us to be strong enough than I expect. We're actually gaining levels reasonably fast. We got something called a thing 1. That's funny. It also said something about being a drinker, not a fighter. Cute. Hmm. Oh yeah, it stopped responding for a second, but we're okay. Hmm.
Cool.
Well, I guess we have enough on us that we might as well return. No need to risk it for the biscuit. I think we're okie dokie. Now, of course, it takes a second to respawn, but that doesn't mean it's crashing. But this is a new version. It could always have some new bugs. This is actually my first time playing under it. But I'm going to guess he tested it pretty decently. Yep, and last... Oh. Let's not get trapped in there. I was remembering we had to get out this way. At least it's still clear. Yeah, I don't need to go that way. Alright. Well, we made it through that quest alive as well. Kind of. We made it alive in the end. Cool. Well, I'd say that's very successful. We got 2 more of the revenge quests sorted for this character. Well, I'm gonna take a couple minute break and then we will see what we can do about the next one. We are going to make sure that it is the one I'm thinking of. Yep, we just did 38. We visited Maruk's quest quarters, and the 39 is to destroy the Leviathan and get the book behind it. And the last one is to go fight Maruk himself. So, we're 2 quests away from the final one. So yeah, I will see y'all in a moment, and we'll give the Leviathan a shot. That's gonna be spicy, I imagine. Well, I'll see y'all in a moment. Bye-bye now.